Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M40 M43, the Tier 8 American SPG. This one's located on the northeast corner of Erlenberg, and it's under the command of Oxagon. And this is a replay from 2013, yes, a long time ago, a pre-HD map, and the battle's about to start.
Time to roll out.
Okay, we're underway. Well, it's not only that these vehicles are actually quite different to look at pre-HD, but also the shells have got much more power. The HE rounds are capable of 1,850 alpha and 102 millimeters of pen, and if you've got the armor-piercing rounds, they can do 1,450 alpha and 241 millimeters of pen. Yes, armor piercing was quite standard back then, and they had a decent amount of damage for the caliber that they were being used. This is the 203mm 8-inch howitzer, based on the hull of an M4. The M40, M43 were produced by the Americans just before the end of the Second World War. Well, we can see enemy tanks have actually made their way across the South Bridge. The Erlenberg map looked quite different back then. And we're looking at an E100 or E100.
That was close.
Well, that was very, very close, yes. Now, if I remember correctly, the burst radius was about 11 meters back then. Got an IS-4 moving up. There's a number of enemy tanks up there. But we're still reloading. The reload, I believe, back then was about 44 seconds or thereabouts. Okay, he's lining up a shot to try and take out that E100. And there's a VK4502 and a Jag Tiger. He fired E100. Oh, he got a hit for 1,129 hit points from that shot alone. Yes, unfortunately, we haven't got the mods because back then I wasn't in the game. Actually, I was still watching on YouTube, but not actually taking part in the game myself. But yes, they did considerable damage. You can see the E100 is actually down to very few hit points left now. We've got much better targets over here. We're almost loaded. Looks like he's going to go for the VK first. Rounds out. Long flight time.
That was close.
Oh, the shell actually went to the left as it was coming down and hit the IS-4 instead. So there's a number of our teammates. We've platooned up with the IS-3s, and one of them's already got a kill. In fact, it was the E100 that he killed. Unfortunately, one of our tanks just drowned. It was the T-62A. Not sure where that actually happened. It could be up in the north. Leopard 1 comes into sight. Looks like he's going to try and use the Rex for cover. Lined up. Rounds out. Long flight time for the shell.
They're knocked out.
Oh my god, he killed the Leopard 1 with one shot. Got a direct hit. Must have been a penetrating shot. Can't see anything at the moment. In fact, no enemy is in sight. Now they've come into sight, and unfortunately it's a T-28 prototype. And he's approaching that hill down in the south area.
Critical hit.
That's a critical hit. That's a direct hit. 850 this time. Jagdtiger spotted down in the south. I think he was seen before. We've just lost sight of him. Our guys aren't doing so well with the spotting. Okay, he's decided against actually doing a shot on anything that he can't see. Going for the T-28 prototype. Oh, he's gone, wiped out. And we're 2 up on the enemy now. There's the Jagdtiger. Okay, still got plenty of hit points. Rabs out.
Critical hit.
Ooh, 752 hit points. Non-penetrating shot, but it looks like it hit the tracks or next to the tracks. Definitely using the Rex for cover. I remember playing with the non-HD maps way back, and this area here was rather flat, and because of the way the ground lied, you could actually
They're knocked out.
oh, his next shot takes out the Jagdtiger. Yes, the way the ground led there, you could actually use the ground to try and creep up on the enemy around the south end of the map. Okay, so we're now looking in the town area. E50 near to the bridge. Our ISU 152s nearby. Trying to like up a shot on him, but we're not loaded yet. Okay, AMX 1375 comes into sight. We could probably wipe him out with 1 round, but it's the E50 we want to get if we can. Rounds out.
Critical hit.
And a direct hit, but only 783 hit points. The ISU 152 wipes out the AMX 1375. Oxagon's certainly doing very well on damage. We don't have the figures yet, but because there's no tables to actually show how much damage he's doing. Of course, we don't have the mods showing. Oh, another ISU 152 just wipes out the escaping E50. So we're now 4 up on the enemy. Now, if you played back then, you'll also know that the northwest corner of the map was an area where a lot of enemy tanks would hold up. And as the enemy advanced towards them, they would take it out on them. There were crossing points as well where you could get across without actually using the bridge. Okay, so enemy tanks have been spotted up in the north. I've got a Borsig, and I think that was an AMX 5100. Now, one of the reasons why Oxagon's gone up into the northeast corner of the map is down to the fact that there was a very thick wood over there, and you could actually use that wood to attack the enemy tanks. They came round across the river and tried to get at our cap area. Of course, the cap areas back then were in the north and south. In this map, they're on opposite sides of the river. Slightly different. That was a change that was made after this game was played. This is an 8.9 client.
Critical hit.
A direct hit on the IS-3. They're down to just 6 tanks now. Their Arty is a school bus, the SU-14-2. He's more than likely somewhere near the castle area. You can hear the engine from the Leopard prototype. There's the AMX-50. He's just lining up a shot, trying to tease. I think there was a ridge line there. He fires the round in.
Critical hit.
Oh my god, he hit.
Enemy on fire.
he got the engine and set him alight, and the Leopard prototype's taken that as a hint and gone in there, and he took him out. But now we found a Lorraine 40 ton, and of course he's emptying his mag into the Leopard prototype. But the Leopard, the Lorraine is having to pull back. But now he's faced by a 4502's come up behind him. The enemy Arty just got killed by our E75. Oh, and a ram kill on the Lorraine 40 ton. And meanwhile, in the castle area, we did just see an enemy tank. I think it was the E75 make his way into the castle grounds, which again looks quite different from today. We've got one round of HE left, but we do have several other rounds of HE, the extra HE. E75 far into the castle, shooting over the rubble. We're almost fully dialed in. Is he getting a chance to shot? Yes, he does. Rounds out.
Critical hit.
Oh!
Enemy on fire.
And he set him alight.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And he got him. So that's an arsonist medal. And that's 3 kills and the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game from Oxagon in the M40, M43. He managed to get a Confederate out of that one for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. You can see the results. There's a huge number of enemy tanks hit. Now, I did actually do this one on Salty Jedi's site as well, and it actually popped up a Master Gunner that he earned. And we can see the win 8 from that game was 15,442, which is Super Unicum and a lot more. Let's have a look at the team results. We'll go back to the previous page. We can see that he definitely got the highest damage in the game with 8,785 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was in fact the IS-3 on his team with 4,745 hit points. And the third highest damage went to the SU-14-2 on the enemy team with 3,438. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of those with 3. 2 kills went to the E75, the VK4502B, I think that's the B version, is it? Yes, it is, the Aslains B. And also to the M103 and the school bus on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, he got that one as well. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,702 base goes to Oxagon, the only player, only player, one of 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base. The others being the IS-3 and the T-69. He fired 11 shots, got 8 direct hits and 8 penetrations. You can see how powerful the shells were back then. 7 splash, damage of 8,785 hit points. All of it at, it seems, well, it doesn't say actually from a distance of 300 meters, so it suggests that those rounds were at short range. In fact, all of them were at long range. 12 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and 530 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned a profit of 67,951 credits from that game, and he also took away 3,063 XP as well. So a very successful game for Oxagon in the M40, M43 on Erlenberg, a very different map back when it was the 0.8.9 server or client in the 16th of November 2013. Yes, a long time ago. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.